Good morning once again. My name is Madhuvans and my headix number is 297313. And my topic today is something related to everyone here, which is law and police. Okay, for introduction, let me give a brief incident which happened in YB around 10th of October 2025. A student from Nasis TN, he came with a knife to Nasis YB and wanted to cause assault to another student. This happened right below my room. The whole floor was blood and it was a mess. But unfortunately, I was deep in sleep. I did not get to watch it. So, imagine you are the student at the YB and someone came with a knife, knocking your room door, and he breaks in. And now, the case is silent. No one knows what happened at the court, what the police did. Why the accused, the person who came to the YB was not charged. He is continuing to study as a student here. And if this case goes to the court, and it falls apart. Why? It could be mainly because the police did not follow the proper legal procedures and the case fell. So I hope you all can understand how determined the police and law will work to make a case win, or sometimes it will make the whole case drop. So this is how you all should know. When the police and law works together, it ensures fairness, equity and also trust by the public. Both law and police plays a vital role in ensuring a safe and just Malaysia. These both law and police will also make a fundamental rule in Malaysia where if there's only police and no law, do you think people respect the law? Because the police will start to act and abuse their power if there's no law. They'll be a superior and they'll start to harm people. But there's law and no police. What do you think will happen? There'll be only a piece of paper which no one respects it. They have a lot of law, you should do that, you should do this, but people do not respect because there's no one to enforce that on you. Both plays a crucial role to ensure that people will follow the equity, trust and fairness in our country. As a law student in UM and also a SUCHIS member, I've had the opportunity to learn that how the police will be guided by the law and also how the police will not abuse their power towards citizens. Thus, I've also had the opportunity to understand the critical dependence between law and police, how they work with each other. Because without law, police cannot do anything, and without police, law will just be a piece of paper. Therefore, I would like to go to the three important connections of police and law in our country. Firstly, their shared purpose to uphold justice in Malaysia. Secondly, their interdependence in the criminal justice system. Criminal justice system means criminal cases, how they help each other. And lastly, the necessary balance between the police authority and the legal accountability. So for the first point, which is how their shared purpose to ensure a safe Malaysia. As according to an article by Annan in 2016, law and police depends on one another to ensure the security of our country. This connection is fundamental because a law cannot enforce without authority, which is police, and also the police cannot enforce their rights without a clear legal guidance. Clear legal guidance means how to arrest someone, how to conduct investigation, how to go and barge in someone's house without a warrant. Everything must be followed by the law. Thus, it can be clearly seen. The law is the one which creates the regulations, rules, limitations, ordinance, acts and everything. But it is the police who enforces it. If police do not enforce it and they just ignore the laws, do you think people will respect the law? No. This is because it will be just something stated in the article, sections and stuff, but no one will respect it. Police is the one who makes the law to be respected in the society. Not only that, the police makes the law come into real life. By example, patrolling, conducting investigations, arresting, and also conducting the interrogations in the police station. With this, police can prove to the society that the law is still active and people must obey to it. In simple words, let me make you understand easier. Think of a plate of nasi lemak. Can you eat only the white rice? No. Can you eat only the sambar? No. You must eat both together. That's how law and police. We cannot see both of them as a separate individual item. It is two things. Once combined, we can see the combination, and that's why people will be safe in our country. Then let's delve into the second connection, which is the interdependence in the criminal justice system. Interdependence in the criminal justice system means when a crime happens, a criminal case, is it only the police involving or it involves the law too? So it is clear that both law and police involves to ensure that the arrest, investigation, conducting of interrogation and warrant all of this must be according to the rules of the law. If the police just conducts an investigation without following the Article 5, means Article 5 of the Federal Constitution, it states that a person must be safe and he must not be deprived of his liberty. A detained person must be informed why he is arrested. If the police come and catch you and you ask why and he doesn't answer why, that is infringing your rights. You have the right to ask why you are being detained. And other than that, the first thing in criminal case is IQ, investigation paper. Investigation paper is opened to collect your evidence, eyewitnesses, statements, and many more. This is to ensure accuracy. Once the investigation paper fails, it means the cases, the sections, everything goes apart, then the case will fall and weak. The criminal will be released and said to be innocent. What will you feel when someone harms your family and he's being said innocent and he goes out of the court? It's really unfair. So, the most problem in Malaysia is the police is persons who come from the course of literature, a tourism course, also the communication course. They will not know about law. So if they put the section 360, for example, the person will be released automatically. Thus, the sections must be known by police. Police must know the law to register the sections on a person charged. So I would say, if police follow the strict rules of the law, they would know how to detain a person, how to conduct investigation, and the person's liberty will be safe, or either the person's liberty will be destroyed by police. Not only that, the police will also act by according to the law to arrest, investigate, and interrogate. But then it is the law which checks and balances all the police work from stage by stage in every steps. So imagine you are in a court and you see the criminal who got convicted was released due to innocence because of the police failures to adequate reasoning by the court's rules. I would also like to go to the third point, which is the balance between the police authority and the legal accountability. We can see the legal accountability and police authority as a main source to maintain the public trust. The public must trust the police and also the law to ensure the country is run smooth and also a just system. If the public do not trust the police, that's where the system fails. If the public, because this happens when police does abuses. It is clear, I guess all of you know, police do abuse their power. For example, lockup death and also torture in the lockup. Torture is done to make them accept something which they have not done. It is done sometimes to solve their case, to close their case easily. This is something unfair where people is suffering for something they did not do. According to the research by the Human Rights Watch in 2016, the police abuse still persists in Malaysia because there's no any other independent supervision body to control all the activities of police. This lack of individual independent supervision body will cause police to go beyond their authority. They cause death, encounter, economic shooting, and also they torture the people who are detained. Police should not act beyond their powers. For example, police must have authority to protect the citizens, but their authority must be limited to the legal checks. Means they must have set a boundary. What are the rights of police? To what extent they can use the baton, T-baton to hit when there is a problem in any place. But that T-baton, they must only use when it's necessary. You cannot just simply hit anyone or shoot anyone. Police sometimes they abuse this power. What is more imbalance is when the police does a mistake, another police is coming to investigate him. So imagine police A caused a mistake, police B investigate him. They are friends. Of course they're not going to accuse him, and the case is just going to be silent and no one knows what happened. Not only that, the authority of police must be checked by law all the time. The law should not just ignore the police because they have the power to conduct all investigation, arrest, responding to emergencies and stuff. And last but not least, in a nutshell, I would like to conclude that the police and the law should work together. Not only that, as a success member, I realized that the police do always abuse their power, but not all, maybe some. When they abuse the power, people really lose respect towards both law and police. People question why is there law if the police can act on their side. I would like to also add that people should know their rights. people should know the right means. When the police ask you for something, you should ask them, do you have the power card? Power card is the card of police. Because people will just try to scam or try to overuse the power. And people that use the power, you should not just be scared. Oh, he's wearing uniform, he must be a police. No. He must show the power card before he can ask you for anything. For example, let me give a simple case. This case happened in the Taiping Magistrate Court. The police hit a detainee in the lockup, and the detainee passed away in the lockup. This is the lockup death. But in the court, the police was released and said as innocent. What do you guys think of this case? Unfair, right? So this is the check between law and police. In this case, it is shown as the law did not work properly because in the CCTV footage, it shows clearly that the police hit the accused. But the eyewitness said the police did not hit. The police hit the air and everything. The police was released and continued working. It's very unfair. So that's what I would say. You should know your rights. Thank you, everyone.